I know I'm biased. Every human is biased. But then I also know when I try to look at something objectively, I'm like, look, Alex is a lot of things. He's got some crazy ideas. But also, if you look at his track record, he's also got quite a pretty good record of predicting things that, what happened many years before or calling things out before they ever happened. And I just don't think he ever gets a fair shake on those kind of woke or left leaning places like Wiki and some of the others. So yeah, I'm kind of looking at that fairness. You know, look, I know you have some thoughts on how we can turn Wikipedia around, and I really want to get into that. But I was literally yesterday, Larry, talking with my 22-year-old daughter who's going to school in Boston, and she was over here visiting me. And Wikipedia came up. I'm not exactly sure how, and I brought up the Grokopedia. Now, of course, I'm a little biased, okay, because I've been censored, and I guess I am probably right leaning, and I'm definitely freedom of speech leaning. And I'm suspicious of kind of a lot of the things that happened, especially the censorship on the internet, et cetera. And so I said, well, Grokopedia, it's AI based, it's it's clearly neutral, which I know objectively that's not true either. And my daughter, who's, look, she goes to an institution of higher learning in America, so it's filled with probably left leaning views. She went off on Elon Musk on one, and I'm just trying to listen a little bit more than anything. And so I'm curious, what do you think of a Grokopedia? And I think you put out an article on that, which I kind of read through. And then what do you think of also the concept of that, where people are kind of trusting an AI to tell them the truth? This kind of goes back to my opening. You know, is truth possible in a digital information age?
So I'm kind of impressed by Grokopedia. Wikipedia should watch out. It's still early days. We don't know what LLMs can do ultimately through iteration and just iteration of the current crop of LLM technology might be enough to make an encyclopedia that is better than Wikipedia. But let me get into some of the details. So when I looked at the article about myself, a subject that I know quite a bit about, more than the Grokopedia or Wikipedia, um, I was pleasantly surprised to find a lot of facts that were not even in Wikipedia, that had been essentially left out. So Grokopedia is not just a copy of Wikipedia. They may follow the structure of articles. That's something that a lot of people have observed. But the fact that they are open to using a wider variety of sources makes a big difference. On the other hand, being an LLM, Grokopedia draws inferences which it really shouldn't. So, because there is in an LLM, artificial intelligence mind, a connection between science and a religious unbelief, apparently, the fact that my father was a marine biologist.
Investment Club. Today, I consider it the best investment that I've ever made. We get 4 projects presented a week by their associated CEOs. Personally, I'm completely blown away by the quality of these projects, and I know of nowhere else where I would be given this same opportunity. Each week that passes, I feel more appreciative of the fact that I'm a member of this group. The vibe was just tremendous. Everybody's on the same wavelength. We just clicked. Everybody listened to each other, enjoyed their company. It was just magical, magical. Take action. Don't take my word for it. Due diligence you need to do. And I really hope that someday down the road I see you in the club. It far exceeded expectations, without question.
Was taken as the explanation of why I ended up being an agnostic for most of my life. Well, it's true that I ended up an agnostic for most of my life, and it's also true that my father is a marine biologist. But Grokopedia, or the engine that generated the article, falsely, wrongly inferred that the one thing caused the other when they really had nothing to do with each other. And so it's interesting, a really interesting problem to figure out how to get rid of such bad inferences. There's a lot of problems right now. It is still early days. They didn't even go through the article enough times to catch all of the repetition. There's like 3 different introductions to my PhD dissertation in the article, just for example. So I've looked at a number of other articles, and that seems to be par for the course. The articles on Grokpedia are as well written as could be expected from an LLM. So they have a slightly predictable, slightly turgid, long-winded style. It's readable enough, but you wouldn't want to read through the whole thing. It would be quite a chore. But then that's also true of Wikipedia. So it's not really doing worse than Wikipedia in that respect. But I will say this, they've grown already by their own account. I don't know if it's really true, from 800,000 articles to 1.8 million articles, which I can tell you is quite an achievement. Obviously, they've put some very talented people to work on the project. So, given Elon Musk's track record, it's not surprising at all. There's one other thing that I wanted to say about Grokpedia, and that is that I took the introductory sections of articles on 10 different topics, and I from Wikipedia and Grokpedia, and I fed them both to ChatGPT, a neutral third party, and I had ChatGPT rate the bias of the 2 different articles, not telling I did some massage to make sure that it couldn't say which was which. In fact, I didn't even say that it was from Grokpedia and Wikipedia. Okay. On average, the bottom line is the Grokpedia articles were considerably more neutral than the Wikipedia articles. Now, these are political hot button topics where the Wikipedia articles are all very much biased. And Grokpedia, in a couple of cases, took the opposite tack, essentially, and was biased in the opposite direction. But for the most part, it was simply less biased. Perhaps we should talk a little bit about the very idea of neutrality versus objectivity. That's something that's a hobby horse of mine that I like to talk about. It's actually relevant today, I think.
To continue watching the rest of the episode for free, visit our website londonreal.tv or click the link in the description below.
Hi, it's Brian Rose from London Real. You probably know that we've just recently been re-platformed on YouTube after 25 months completely in the dark. The truth is, I really need your help. What I really need you to do is click on that subscribe button right now, like this video, and maybe even leave a comment or share the link with friends. We're really fighting against an algorithm that's tried to keep us quiet for so long. And the more subscribers we have, the more people watch our content, the better guests we can bring you, the better content, and we can continue transforming lives. We've been doing this for 14 years now. I want to do this for another 14 years, but I really need your help. So click on that subscribe button, like the video, leave a comment, share this, and we're going to continue to bring you more and more great content. Thank you.